right, everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of the Good Old Tales from the Helheim. We actually have a couple interesting topics for today.
Yeah, boy.
Why don't you go ahead and sprechen Sie Ihr Deutsch?
I don't even know what that means, man. You want me to just explain what we're doing today?
Yes, sir.
All right, so today we're going to be explaining the differences between the occult and occult.
Yeah, I don't know why, but people seem to fuck that up and make it, oh yeah, we're talking about the cult. Or we're talking about a cult. And we're talking about the occult. They just consider it the same fucking thing, but it is not.
Those fucking noobs.
Fucking nerds.
All right, so as a part of this, I handled the research on the occult, and narrator handled occult.
Yeah.
All right, you want me to start first, or you want to head off first?
So, let's go ahead, and I'll let you start off with what people most genuinely mean to talk about when they say, ooh, what about the occult?
So basically, I got you with the definition here. The occult is a category of supernatural beliefs and practices which fall outside of the borders of, I can't even read my own handwriting, the borders of a religion or science, involves mysticism, spirituality, and magic. Can also include extrasensory perception and parapsychology.
Very nice.
The definition of those last two, because I didn't know what the fuck they were until I researched them.
Yeah, let's spit some knowledge on these foos.
Extrasensory perception, or ESP. It's information gained not with the five senses, like sight, touch, smell, but with the sixth sense, not a physical sense, but one of the mind. Yeah.
All right.
And parapsychology is the study of alleged physic phenomenon, ESP, telepathy, clairvoyance, or psychokinesis.
You're
X-Men
psychokinesis,
shit.
bitch. Don't tell me that.
By that, any of the X-Men that have like telepathy or psychokinesis, would that make them the occult? Are the X-Men the occult?
I actually think they are.
Holy shit.
Damn you, Professor Xavier.
We cracked the fucking egg here, buddy.
We broke the fourth and fifth walls.
Oh my god. We're going to that sixth wall. All right, man. So you want to give me the definition of a cult?
Yes. So the definition of a cult, it is a group or movement held together by a shared commitment to a charismatic leader or ideology. It has a belief system that has the answer to all of life's questions and offers a special solution to be gained only by following the leader's rule.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you think about it, it could be looked at as many ways. You can look at it as, fucking communism in a sense, dictatorship. I mean, there's many different things it can be called, but they labeled it a cult.
Okay.
Now, there are some interesting cults that are out there. One is the Honohana Yorokobi Kazuko Noa.
Bless you.
Thank you. So, this says if you're into feet and love horoscopes, then this would be the cult for you.
What the fuck?
It was a fortune-telling cult led by Hogen Fukunaga, who claimed he could tell a person's past and future just by looking at their feet.
That seems like a scam.
Yeah. There's 30,000 members.
What the fuck?
And he would swindle people into paying for expensive medical treatments after diagnosing them with supposed serious illnesses. He extorted $1.3 million from 30 members this way. But he did end up getting sentenced to 12 years in prison. During his trial, he insisted that he never deceived people, but only rescued the human race with the help of a voice from heaven.
Oh, okay. So he's going with like the crazy route.
Yeah. Another one is the Order of the Solar Temple.
I think I've heard of that one, actually.
So they do kind of sound like something straight out of Legend of Zelda. But But it's a French cult that claims its heritage is from the Knights Templar.
Ooh.
They believe in the importance of the spiritual over anything physical or temporal. Order of the Solar the Solar Temple's main goal is to assist humanity in getting through a great transition that will lead to the second coming of Christ as a solar god king.
What the fuck?
And it has claimed the lives of over 53 people in mass suicides.
What the fuck? That reminds me of that. What was that fucking? It was like 300 or like 500 people that fucking killed themselves as a part of like that cult.
Is that the one where they were out on that like big ass ranch or whatever it was, kind of in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. With that fucking crazy dude that always wore sunglasses.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a couple other ones too, but I'll let you explain some of yours, and then oh god,
what's up?
Okay, sorry, I skipped ahead one because this has like a group of ones that are considered creepy and or crazy. So this is Church of Euthanasia.
What the fuck?
This cult created a suicide assistance hotline. Yeah, you read that right. A software developer, Chris Corda, wanted to create an environment conducive to restoring the balance between humans and the remaining species on Earth. At one point, the cult website featured a tutorial on how to commit suicide by asphyxiation. In the spirit of devaluing humanity, she created the main edict over never procreating. The church claims to only support population reduction in support of bettering the environment by voluntary means only. Yeah. 3 of Corda's main beliefs are the encouragement of abortion, cannibalism, and sodomy, since she valued any sexual activity not resulting in procreation.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking weird... It was Jonestown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to look that one up.
What was it, like the Jonestown Massacre or some shit is what they called it?
Yeah, the fucking... Yeah, it's Jim Jones.
Yep.
I actually, when I worked at Pizza Hut... Sponsor us, Pizza Hut. We haven't done a sponsored thing in a minute, huh?
It has been a while.
When I worked at Pizza, there's a dude, I don't want to say his name, but he was one of the drivers. And I don't remember what happened. One of my buddies made like a Jonestown, like massacre joke or some shit. Something about Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not fucking funny. And he's like, what? Why? What's going on? He's like, my cousin actually fucking killed herself in that thing, her and her kids.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
That's fucking insane. I was actually thinking about that the other day when we were doing research for this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck was his name? And I remembered his name.
Jesus, yeah, that's fucking brutal. So did you happen to bring or mention any of said occults?
I brought more of a weird topic.
Let's hear it, my dude. Let's hear it.
All right, so when I was searching through like the occult and all that stuff, like I was looking up just like the main practitioners, like Aleister Crowley, the Great Beast. I'll jump back to him later, but what I wanted to jump into was I found this article. It's called "The Look into the Rise of Witchcraft on Social Media and Its Parallels with the 16th Century."
Oh God!
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
No.
No. And it's an article by Dr. Rebecca King. She's faculty of English at the University of Cambridge, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting fucking, like, just to look through it, just give it, like, a quick skim. But the main thing she was talking about is that she was noticing, like, the uprising of, like, the occult and, like, social media, like, Facebook, Twitter, mainly, like, TikTok, which I know you're not on, but...
well, I mean, I'm not on Facebook either, but...
Oh, yeah. You're off the grid.
Yeah. No, but one thing I want to bring up before you get too deep into that is, have you heard of the metaverse?
No, what's that?
Facebook is switching over to Meta.
No.
So the meme going around about it is Zuckerberg read Ready Player One and then said, fuck it, let's make that real life.
Oh, my God.
So that's basically what he's doing. He's making something that's a mix of VR and augmented reality. And that's what everybody's going to be doing. So in a form, it's like the basic oasis, if you want to call it that.
The basic bitch oasis.
Yeah. So if you think about that, these people can meet anywhere at any time and have rituals online.
Yeah.
So my thing as you go throughout this is do you think that this metaverse is going to make shit worse?
I think so, man. Because honestly, I don't see that being like a workable thing.
No, and apparently they're going into making it where it has its own currency. You can get like digital vehicles and shit. And yeah, it's.
If they don't call the currency Zucker coin, I'm gonna be real fucking pissed.
If they call it well, I mean, I won't have
a Zuckbuck.
Yeah, dude. I mean, unless it's something that can, benefit the podcast, and we could do like a live podcast on there somehow, then I might look into that. But I'm staying away from that. Shit
It's gonna be like the fucking girls that were like on OnlyFans doing fucking. They'll zuck you off for a Zuckbuck.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But yes, normally this is where we'd say, "Oh, we're sorry for getting off topic," but topic. But this just correlates into his story of social media, because social media is now becoming something more than just social media.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit's insane. But that's for another podcast.
Yeah, that'll be another episode.
Yeah. So what was I at? TikTok. So there's a site of TikTok, they call it Witch Talk, which is basically like anything to do with like the occult, like spirit boards, like fucking the Ouija, you ask it questions and shit like that. But there's two main groups on there. They're either identify as I'm gonna butcher this, the Demolator. Demonolator. That's how it's pronounced. I don't find a pronunciation.
Demonolator.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. Demonolator versus the Solomonic Magician.
The Solomonic Magician?
Yes, they're more like the Yu-Gi-Oh card. So the
is
demon lot.
Well, are they referencing like the old fucking Solomon?
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that real quick.
Hell yeah.
So basically, I'll give you a definition for both, what they both are.
Yeah, give me both of them.
The Demonolator is basically worships demons, and they can petition them for knowledge. So they basically just worship them, and then if they're good and they follow like whatever the demon says or whatever, they can ask them for like knowledge, like pretty much. But the Solomonic magicians, they claim that they're able to summon and command demons to do their bidding. As some of the Jewish and Islamic traditions believe that King Solomon, who ruled Israel in the 10th century BC, actually could.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of mystery around that gentleman.
Yeah. So the whole thing is they're kind of clashing heads and shit. Because, I mean, as since you brought it up, I'm pretty sure you know, like the Solomonic magicians, they were big in the 16th century, and they're making like a comeback now. I mean, I guess they've always been alive. So, I mean, it's always been alive and well. So they still have a lot of practitioners. So what's recently been going on is the tradition of Solomonic magic had recently faced accusations that its strict and authoritative approach to commanding the demons is actually, it amounts to a form of like abuse, like sort of like domestic violence.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Are you a huge cunt?
Us too. Wait, can we even say cunt?
Of course! It's empowering these days. Cunt, 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 cunt. I'm Ange Ballastone, aka the drag queen, That Girl Gina.
And I'm Mike Fales, just a normal gay guy, I guess?
And we're the hosts of The Big Cunty Couch.
A gorgeous new talk show podcast where we invite queers and peers to sit, bitch, and be fierce on a huge-ass couch.
While we gab about all things gay.
So come get cozy.
And cunty.
With us. We're panned for platforms, so find us anywhere online and get listening, sweetie.
Or watching.
Or both.
Otherwise, why the hell am I in full drag?
And we'll see you on the big... Oh, wait. I thought we were going to say that together.
No. On the Big Cunty Couch. Mwah.
I don't fucking understand that.
Okay, so basically what the I'm going to call them the D-boys.
Good old D-boys.
Yeah, so the demonolators, they're basically, since they worship the demons, they're like, oh, okay, well, they have free reign. We just worship what they want.
Right.
Versus the the mages, the Solomonic mages, they are controlling them like against the demon's will is what they're seeing it as. So that's why they're being like, oh, it's domestic violence because you're forcing them to do something that they don't want to do. Like you're controlling them, and yeah, it's.
But can you domestically violate a demon? I mean, technically, they're the ones that do all the violating.
You're gonna Chris Breezy a demon?
No, the demon is gonna Chris Breezy you.
I don't know, because what the whole thing is that there's like a strict command, like the demon can't do anything that you're not telling it to do. So that's why they're seeing it like as fucking you're controlling the demon, like you own the demon, which they think demons should be free range.
I mean,
from farm to table, free range demons.
Oh God, I mean that's the thing is demons can't be controlled. So if you sit and think about it, they're just manipulating. If you go with this kind of thing, then the demons are manipulating those people in this occult.
Okay, so actually that brings me to my next part of my research into the occult. So that brings me into King Solomon.
All right.
So how it goes is there's a big belief that he actually like knew how to fucking like summon demons, control them. He knew about them, like their names and their rankings and all that. And there's actually a book out there called King Solomon's Grimoire, which I'm pretty sure you know what a grimoire is. It's just like, it's like different, like a book of magic that's passed down, or like different information on the occult, basically. It teaches you how, it's like a how-to for dummies, but nobody get offended, please.
Dummies Guide to the Occult.
Yep, exactly. We have to write this book. I was looking for it, and it does not exist.
Well, now it's going to be a thing, so if anyone takes
Trademark.
it,
TM.
we will come after you and give you hugs. Mean hugs and tell you to stop it.
Yeah, so in King Solomon's Grimoire, it actually ranks the demons, and it has their names and how to summon them and how to control them. So that's one of like the main grimoires that's passed around. And in which brings to the parallels of the 16th century in her article, that now it's so easy to pass down like the information, like grimoires, there's like how-tos on like Witch Talk. Since the platform's like, what is it, like 30-second videos?
Yeah.
And then you can span them together and make like something like a minute-long video. So they're basically doing how-tos on how to summon demons, how to like different shit like that, like on the occult. And that she's bringing a parallel to like the 16th century where the like with the printing press and shit, where like the grimoires, if it was like worth studying, like a lot of people didn't know how to read, but if it was worth reading, the printing press, that's where they would handle it. Like they would write this shit down into like grimoires. Well, what became grimoires, because before everything was just handwritten,
right? Or
somebody would tell you about it. So it would be like too much of a fucking hassle to try to like figure out like what was on there. And she was saying that she was watching like because they had a debate on Twitch, like one of the demonolators and one of the Solomonic mages. I should have practiced these words before I came on the podcast. But the Solomonic mages, they're having an argument about the exact topic, that like the demon, like controlling demons is cruel and whatnot. But she was saying that when she was like watching the thing, that she found 3 different types of like people that are in the comments and all that. Like same thing with TikTok. The first one is the skeptic, like they didn't believe shit that was happening, this and that.
Y'all some fake bitches.
Yeah, then they had the angry Christians, and then they had the fucking
hell hath no fury like the Lord's fury.
Yeah, and then they had the fucking what was it called, the learned magicians. So those are the people that have been studying it, and then they have like no patience for like beginners or newbies and shit.
All hail Beelzebub except you noobs. Fuck off.
Yeah, so then she gave 3 examples of the exact same thing in the 16th century. Which one of them, his name was Richard something. I don't remember what his
Simmons?
No, I think it was like Richard like Swan or something.
Greco?
Swan? I don't know. I don't remember what his last name was. I should have written it down. I forgot to write it down. But he was the one that basically translated a lot of like the grimoires to English. But he falls under the skeptic though, because he would put like little snarky like remarks and shit. Like if you believe this, like you got to be like of the greenest type of person which means you're a fucking idiot.
If you believe this, you're a pussy.
Yeah. So then basically that, and then the angry Christian was actually King James, which I'm pretty sure you know the King James Bible.
King James, bitch.
Yeah. I'm King James, bitch. Enjoy yourself. No, but what he did, he led like a whole fucking like a campaign to collect as many grimoires and destroy them. Because like a lot of them weren't in print like too long into that. So when they were destroyed, that information's like, it's gone unless they remake it.
Yeah.
And then the third one was actually, I have it written down. That one I did right. Christopher Marlowe, who actually wrote the play, The Tragic History and Life and Death of Dr. Faust, which I'm pretty sure you heard, right? You have some like bases on Dr. Faust.
Yeah.
So with him, it was basically, he made that play, which a lot of people know it as just Dr. Faust. And it's an Elizabethan tragedy written by Christopher Marlowe, as I had brought up. And it's based on stories about the title character Faust. And it was written between 1589 or 1592. People don't really know too much about that. And they performed it until his death in 1593. So that's not a big window if you wrote it in 92 to 93. So he died within that year.
Jesus.
Yeah. So the legend basically tells about how Dr. Faust, he summoned the demon Mephisto, which was actually Lucifer, but he said he lied to him basically and told him that he was a demon Mephisto that serves Lucifer.
Well, I mean, that guy is a fucking trickster.
Oh yeah. So what Dr. Faust did is he traded his soul and body for 24 years of power. So what he wanted was the demon Mephisto as like his servant, but Mephisto's like, I can't do that because I already served Lucifer. So what happened was the play basically consists of like 3 parts, which is the first part is like them explaining Faust, like he's like this fucking genius and shit. He's like a doctorate at the University of Wilbury or something like that. And the second part is where he actually summons the demon and he's making the deal. The third part kind of basically just shows you what he did with 24 years of power, which is akin to that of a fucking teenager with money. He pranked people. He had like sex and shit. Like, yeah. He basically just squandered 24 years of power. And so at the end of the play, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, if you want to see it, then turn your ass away right now, or pause it fast forward for like a minute.
So, spoilers, at the end of this play, after the 24 years are over, the demon just drags him to hell. And his buddies went to go try to find him and asked this, like his servant, like, where is he? And there was just a note at the end that from him explaining what happened. So, but there's actually legend around that during the first couple of like original plays that was put on for this actual play, Dr. Faust, that actual devils would appear on the stage and it would surprise the audience and like the actors because they weren't expecting this shit, but it happened. And it said that a lot of people were driven crazy by seeing the demons.
Now I kind of want to see this play.
I mean, it was just the original one, though. So once you got a time machine, baby boy.
Well, I mean, that might be on a bucket list then. Make one.
Oh, no. No. So, and then we're going back to the biggest practitioner, because when you told me, like, hey, we're doing this next podcast is about the occult versus a cult, I was actually going to try to take dibs on occult, like a cult, not the occult. But then I took the occult because I remembered, like, the biggest practitioner of fucking the occult.
Johnson & Johnson.
John Cena. No, it's actually Aleister Crowley. The Great Beast.
Ooh.
Was it what do they call Brock Lesnar? The Beast from the East.
Oh, God. Yep, that's him.
Yeah, boy.
That dirty Sanchez having motherfucker.
Yeah, so Aleister Crowley, he was actually like one of the major occultists. He was a ceremonial magician, a poet, painter, novelist, and he founded the religion of Thelma. and Louise.
That's what I was just going to add in there.
Yeah, which in his religion, they identified him as a prophet entrusted with guiding humanity into the Eon of Horus in the early 2000th century.
The Eon of Horrors?
Yes, Horus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Horus, gotcha.
So actually, you know how he died, right?
That I don't.
Ooh. All right, so he basically had asthma, and the treatment for then, they didn't have like nebulizers and shit like that.
Yeah.
So what they would do is they would take small amounts of heroin, and that was supposedly like that would help him, I guess. But just after years of use, it just he fucking clocked it, dude. He was out.
I mean, that's what you get. It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. But his house, actually, like musicians stay there and they claim that they can get like inspiration from like his old house and shit. Because it's like littered with the occult. That fucking band Led Zeppelin. You know that up and coming indie band Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, I heard about them. They just came out within like the past, year or so, right?
In the last like 45 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they stayed there for a bit. And that's when John Bono really got into like the occult. So remember how I think I had brought it up on this podcast a while back that the drummer from Led Zeppelin, he would like write symbols on his drums and shit, and then he would arrange them in a certain way because he says like the energy flows this way and it makes it like a better, like more powerful sound.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He started doing that after he stayed there. And there was also a rumor that the song Hotel California, like the whole like you fucking slaying the beast and like going to the master's chamber, that was actually about Aleister Crowley's house.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, that's what they said, but I don't think that's not what it's about. But it's crazy.
I mean, that could be like kind of just a hidden secret in that song, just that one section.
Yeah, but it's fucking insane to think that this one fucking crazy dude. Not even crazy, because this man went to fucking college, dude. He was like smart. That he influenced music so deeply, because even on the Beatles album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, he's in the fucking album cover.
Is he?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up a picture. But he's like right there, dude. He's like, he's the one wearing that fucking like pyramid hat in the background. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. But just to see that the occult, even back then, because we're thinking about like, oh, the occult just really had like a fucking rising now.
Yeah.
Like, no, like it's been going on, dude. It's been papping. You feel me, bro?
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Yeah. So just to see that he's like the occult's been seeped in everything, dude. Even like back in the day, like it's always been there. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
While you do that, I'm going to go into one of the other cults. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but it looks like Raelism.
That's the religion just about getting railed.
Yeah. And this cult's beliefs are a lot less triggering. They were originally formed in 1976, and they believe that all human life was genetically engineered by extraterrestrials thousands of years ago. A well-known belief of theirs is that the famous religious figures like Jesus and Buddha are actually the representatives of those extraterrestrials called Elohim. And their symbol was pretty controversial since it's literally a swastika embedded on the Star of David.
What the fuck?
And
Do you have a picture of this?
And their cult is still active today. You can kind of see it blurred in the background.
What the fuck, dude? That is insane.
I know, right? I don't understand it.
Okay, so just to jump into this, but back to this real quick. So you've seen the Lonely Hearts Club album, right? It's one where they're dressed like the weird, like fucking army coats, but then they're like real colorful and they have all those famous people standing behind them and shit.
Yeah.
So let me zoom in on him. He is, god damn it. Okay, so you see that bald guy at the top to the, left-hand side? That's Aleister Crowley.
Oh, God.
And then he also there's like Marlon Brando. It's just a bunch of famous people, but the fact to see like people like Marilyn Monroe, fucking Edgar Allan Poe in the same fucking boat that they put Aleister Crowley on their album is fucking insane, dude. To think that the occult seeps that deep into the music industry, even now, dude. It's fucking insane. So I'm sorry. Let me go back to your fucking.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Your cult.
So the last one I have, they're pronounced Nexium,
Oh shit!
and their
I've seen that.
headquarters is in Albany, New York. And it has claimed more than just a creatively spelled name. The leader of Nexium was Keith Rainier, and his members knew him as Vanguard. Nexium boasted itself as a self-help company, but ended up being a front to recruit women for a secret society called the Vow. Rituals included laying women naked on massage tables and branding them with a square-shaped symbol below the hip. Its goal was supposedly to help people experience more joy in their lives, but the Federal District Court of Brooklyn eventually busted Rainier for sex trafficking and racketeering.
Yeah, so I've actually seen a documentary on that. There's a show on, I believe it was Netflix a while back. It was called like Secret Societies, or it was called like Cults or some shit. And
Right.
I watched an episode on Nexium, but shit, how do you spell it? So I can look up.
So it's not your traditional spelling of things. It is NXIVM.
Yeah, but the brand thing, I remember fucking seeing something about that the brand actually has his initials like as the brand.
Oh, Jesus.
So they're basically branding themselves with his name.
That sounds like something that would have been done by Mr. fucking Manson.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Hold on, let me see. I can actually pull up a picture of the brand.
Oh, no.
You see it?
Oh, yep.
Turn it this way. It's a K and an R. Dude, the fuck. And yeah, I remember watching this shit and I was like, that's fucking crazy, because I didn't see until they turned the fucking brand to the side. And it's literally just a giant K and an R within the K. And that was their fucking brand. I was like, you just branded this women with your fucking name, you psychopath. And I don't remember the name of the actress, but you remember that show Smallville, right? It was like on when the CW used to be like the WB or some shit.
I remember Smallville.
Yeah. So they had that actress that I believe she played Lois Lane, the blonde one. She was a part of the fucking that cult, and she would like bring in people and indoctrinate them because of her like fucking her status.
Yeah.
And when they busted the cult, I think she's being like on trial right now. She's being indicted for it. But that shit's crazy though.
That shit spreads, man. But you know what else spreads?
What was Allison Mack. She's sentenced to 3 years in prison for that.
Probably should have used a little more, but you know, it is what it is.
That's fucking.
But yeah, I have something that spreads a little bit more, or just the same as the whole cult and occult following.
What's up?
Possessions.
No.
Yes. So, when you think of possession, what do you think of? Like, as far as how it happens, the length, all that stuff.
I don't know, man, because when I think of possession, I think like The Exorcist. I think like movies like that. I think of like fucking backwards head spinning, fucking vomit everywhere.
Right.
At length, I don't know, just the fucking until you die, I guess, until the demon kills you.
Well, I mean, so a lot of people think possession is just instantaneous. It's there, but it's not. It's something that takes time, and it could be days, weeks, months, but it all starts typically with Ouija boards or seances.
Oh shit! So like, if you're inexperienced, you try fucking around with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even if you're experienced, they can still lash out for you. Every once in a while, depending on if you go to like an insanely fucked up haunted location, it's possible, but you're talking like the fucking what is it, Jamestown Ranch, where all that shit took place, something of that nature, it's possible, but your typical haunted house, not likely to happen. But there was a book in, what was it, 1990, called An Exorcist Tells His Story. And it's Father Gabriel Amorth. He was a chief exorcist of Rome. And he passed away at the age of 91. And he's the one who identified all the different stages of possession and demonic activity.
Yeah.
So first, it starts with infestation, which is the haunted house type stuff. Footsteps, voices, apparitions, objects moving, weird odors, and none of that having a source.
See, but with that, like the infestation part of it, you would think like, oh, it's not a demonic possession, it's a poltergeist.
Yeah. And, well, and the other thing too is infestations affect only property, objects, or animals. And then after that, the next step is oppression, which the activity steps up with physical attacks, sleep disturbances, including regular nightmares, frequent and severe illnesses, major depression or anxiety, severe financial or employment problems, relationship troubles. And while all these things do happen in normal, of course, when it comes to this kind of stuff, they happen really rapidly or in succession.
Yeah.
And then step 3 is obsession, which at this stage, the afflicted person has a hard time functioning, being constantly preoccupied with thoughts of the demonic activity commandeering his or her life, and frequently with thoughts of suicide and sleep becoming damn near impossible.
Okay.
Now, once you have those, if you haven't talked to a minister, like a deliverance minister, can help with the first 3 stages.
Yeah.
But once you get to the last one, that's when you need an exorcist. So the last step is possession. Now, possession is not demons entering a person's body and taking over his or her soul. A person's free will is never removed, only severely compromised. In possession, a person is so physically, emotionally, and mentally, as well as spiritually broken by going through all these other stages that the demonic spirits are able to seize occasional control over the person's actions. And then they say that telltale signs of possession include superhuman strength, speaking in a language the victim doesn't know, inordinate aversion to holy objects, knowledge or events or facts the victim could not possibly know. And according to the Diocese of San Jose exorcist Gary Thomas, whose story was made famous in the book and the movie The Rite, which I have seen, changes in facial features.
Oh, shit.
Now, telltale signs unfortunately do not include that 360 head spin.
Damn.
But, you know, and all that stuff, I mean, it can take, like I said, it can happen in, you know, say 5-6 days, but most times you're looking at several weeks to several months of this stuff just kind of building and building and building, because it's trying to break you down.
Yeah.
So it can kind of use that to its advantage and be able to take control when it's needed, at least according to its agenda and what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
So possessions are a very interesting thing. Like I said, most people think, oh, they have a demon inside them, but that's not quite how it works. They are controlled by them, and that's when, you know, all that weird shit kind of happens, but it's not the demon actually living in the person, which is what most people think of when they think of a possession.
Yeah. Yeah, see, because that's what I thought too. I thought like, oh, it's inside you. Inside of you.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, possession is no joke, and that's why I will never fuck with a Ouija board. I will never do a seance. I'm not about that life.
I don't know, but we have been going to extremely haunted locations lately.
Yes, but they're not necessarily with, like, this one, St. Luke's home.
Yeah.
We are going to go back with hopefully the ability to go in that basement area. I know they're working on locating it right now, but that stuff, yes, it's kind of horrible ways to die, but it's not, anger, hatred, pure evil or any of that. It's just kind of a fucked up, natural, non-natural cause.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how fucking tuberculosis came to be, but it's definitely a fucked up way to die. But, it's not like someone's staring you dead in the eye while they're hacking off all your fucking body parts while you're alive or skinning you alive. Some like fucked up, like sacrificial shit.
Yeah.
So, and it's all just too about doing it right and knowing, when to move, when to leave, when to kind of, like that whole upstairs situation that
With Daddy Fat Sacks?
Yeah, that was a perfect time to get out of there because
Yeah, that was a clear sign.
yeah, if we would have stayed longer, then yes, something could have attached itself, but that's why we left up there, because that place was fucking creepy.
Yeah, his constant throwing up has nothing to do with demons. It's ulcers.
Yeah, he does suffer from those. I can verify. I've seen the ulcer myself.
Ooh.
I shoved my head down his throat.
Oh, no.
Demon.
Damon.
But yeah, so don't think of, possession like it's typically portrayed. Now you guys know what a real possession actually entails.
Yeah.
We can end up going more in depth in another episode, because I just wanted to give like the brief summary and, let people know that there is stages and like the ways that it happens. It's not just 1 minute they're chilling, they go to some weird haunted house and then they come back and they're just instantly fucking going and trying to kill people or murdering people, and I remember the shit happened. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but that's interesting. We should probably do that. Should be our next episode.
Possession, deep dive into possession.
Yeah, and some fucking cases.
I am perfectly fucking game with that. So guys, be ready for that in the next episode. It will be a deep delve into possession and kind of all the fucked up things behind it, because I have done my research on it. It's not fucking pretty.
No, it is not. No.
But I think that will conclude today's episode, guys.
All right. Till next time.
Pizza Hut sponsor us. And you guys will you guys will see all the links as needed like normal. Oh, in this episode I am going to put the link to the 360 video of the St. Luke's kitchen 360 camera that we had. So if you are going to watch that, listen to it with headphones and see if you guys can hear anything. I heard some stuff, but I want to see what you guys hear.
Yeah, let us know if you found something that we missed.
Yeah, that's what we're all about, guys.
All right. Till next time.